to get this mohawk hair that a lot of people requested from my last video, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like from the side. So that's the hairstyle that I'll be showing you how to do. It's very extreme, especially if you want to go out to a rock concert or whatever. If you just want to go out like this, that's fine. I'm going to just tell you that what the key to this look is that you don't do it on freshly washed hair. The easiest is if you do it maybe the day after you wash your hair or 2 days after, when your hair is already getting a little bit greasy. That is the key trick to this look, because your hair will be a lot easier to form when it's not quite completely clean. So this is the best kind of hairstyle to do on slightly dirty, sort of greasy hair, because you'll be covering it up with lots of product anyway, so there's not really any point in doing it on clean hair anyway. And the other thing is that for mohawks to really work, I mean, I've done this look so many times. I used to go out a lot wearing this kind of hairstyle. What I found is that you really do need a very good hairspray for this. If you just use like a regular, like I have just a regular hairspray that I use, you know, on day to day, it probably will not work for mohawk. So the one that I am using for this one is this one right here. It's by Schwarzkopf, and it's from their Got to Be line. And it's in the yellow bottle, and it's called Freeze Hairspray. You don't have to get this exact one, but I know that there's some hairsprays that are made especially for making mohawks because they really hold the style. Like if you spray it, it'll make it stiff. So that's the kind of hairspray that you need. So this is the one that I picked up recently from the drugstore, and it works really well for this. So this is a very like strong hold hairspray that will freeze your hair kind of in place. So that's the one that I'm going to use for this. So yeah, that's the look I'll be showing you how to do, and I hope you enjoy it. You can go rock out with this. Bye! So the first thing I did before I started was just straighten the bottom part of my hair so that your hair is really straight, especially on this bottom part. And I also just straightened the top just to give the roots like a bit of lift. I just took my straightener and just went up like this on that top part. Like you just take your straightener and then go over pulling upwards, so it kind of gives your roots already like a bit of lift. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just section off the top part where I want the mohawk to start. You just want to take a chunk . Okay, so that's gonna be my mohawk right there. So, alright, so I just took a chunk from the top, and I'm just going to clip that in place so I can get the other hair back. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bristle brush, because you want the side hair back and you want it nice and tight. So what I'm doing is I'm just really pulling those back. Alright, really pulling that back as tight as you can. And you're gonna leave, I basically took it from the ears back, alright? And then in the back, just going to pull that a bit tighter, and then try and put this, the hair that you just pulled back, you want to put that as high as possible. Just where the end, where the hair, how can I explain that? Like you just want to make like a high ponytail with that. Alright, so I'm just going to grab an elastic. You can use one of those clear elastics if you want as well, then you won't see the elastic. I don't have any, so I'm just using a plain black hair elastic. And then just make sure that that is really tight. Okay? So make a really tight ponytail, and then you can either use a bit of hairspray or you can use a hair gel or something. I'm just going to use a bit of the spray and just sort of brush it back so that the side is really tight. And it's going to look really smooth. Alright, so now we can start working on this top part. So you're going to have like just a bunch of hair like this. So what you want to do is you want to start taking this in sections. I usually start at the back and just take a section kind of like straight across And then I'm actually going to use just a round brush for this. So what I'm doing is I'm just teasing right at the crown. Because I find you can use a teasing comb as well, but I find if you use a bristle brush, it gives you more volume. So then once you got that, you just spray, and then I just like to hold it in place for a couple seconds, letting that hairspray dry a bit. And you see my hair is gonna stick straight up like that, so it looks really funny, but that's exactly what's gonna give you that really high volume. So then I'm gonna take the next chunk, and make sure you don't take too big chunks because you want as much teasing as possible. So there's my next little piece, and I'm just going to comb that back. And just spray, and that's what this spray is good for, because it has sort of like a nozzle that has a direction, so you can really aim it right where you want. Alright, now I'm going to take a little piece over here because I saw I missed a piece. And you just want to hold it, kind of waiting for the hairspray to dry a bit. Alright, gonna take the next chunk. Alright, there's my next little piece. As you can see, I'm getting like a ton of volume here. And that's what this hairspray is really good for, because it really makes your hair very stiff. So having a good hairspray to this look is absolutely essential. Alright, now I'm going to take this part. You can just kind of lay the hair over the top so that the hairspray just has a sort of a chance to dry a little bit. Alright, so that's looking pretty crazy right now. So what you want to do is you want to just take like the brush and just brush it out a little bit along the top, but you don't want to ruin the volume. So as you can see, I still have these bangs in the front. I'm gonna do those last. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take that whole poof part, and you can just, I'm going to use just a little, like a tiny little clip like this, and I'm just gonna clip. Alright, let me just get this. I'm gonna just clip that in the back, sort of grabbing those loose ends. You can use bobby pins as well. Now it doesn't look perfect yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spray, I'm going to just back comb these ones. And then you can just sort of mold, you can just mold your hair however you want it. Alright, so then you have that bump there. Now in the back, alright, so that's about good. It doesn't look exactly how I did it last time, but that's alright. It always looks a bit different. You can also, like what I did last time is I just pulled out little individual strands, if that makes sense. And just sprayed them individually so that you get a couple of strands on the front that kind of just stick out a little bit. Alright. Now in the back you're going to have a weird bump right there. So what I like to do is I take some of this hair. You're going to need a couple bobby pins for this. And what you can do is you can just take your ponytail, the one that you made, and just tease it on the bottom. Alright, so I'm just teasing the bottom a bit. Spray and just hold it in place so it's kind of going to get that volume again. And then you can take you'll have this kind of like rat's nest, and I just take a couple bobby pins like this and then just pin it right, sort of poking the pins right into your hair. Alright, so I'll just maybe show you from the side what I'm doing. And just take like a pin and just pin that hair somewhere. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the mohawk. Now what you can do is I'll show you what it looks like from the side now. Let me just see if that looks alright. So you can see you've got this really sort of big poof up here, and then you've got like the hair sort of sticking up, and it's going to cover that hole that you have. Now what you can do is you can leave this hair down so it just looks kind of like, you know, the sides of your hair. But what you could also do is, if you want, you can take individual pieces and just pin them. You could do more, like you could, if you want to continue, what you can do is take another part on the side, do like another ponytail. Actually, I'll just show you what it looks like. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another little section here, do another little ponytail underneath, spray the back, and then do the exact same thing as I did on that first part. So then you're going to get that really sort of mohawk all over. So I'm going to actually do that on the bottom just to show you what you can do. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like from the side. Okay, so you can see how it, maybe you can see what it looks like from the back, or from the side, I mean, just turn the other way. So it really does look like a mohawk because the side is all slicked back, and then you can just follow up with like a ton of hairspray. I mean, your hair will be really stiff, and you can't brush out this hair. If you, once you're finished, you know, if you go out or something and come back, just take a shower, wash your hair, and then just put a ton of hairspray in, or sorry, put a ton of conditioner in your hair, and then just gently comb it out and then to shower. I do not recommend using a brush or anything to comb out this hair because it really has a lot of, you know, hairspray in it, and it's very teased and stuff. So just use like a lot of conditioner and then just brush it out in the shower. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it and you're ready to go rock out. Take care, guys. Bye. Sunshine down, inside the atmosphere.